But when Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan in 313, declaring the tolerance of Christianity in the empire, that set off a reorganizing of the church in society along the pattern of the Roman Empire. So dioceses were created that matched the Roman districts, and bishops were installed to rule over those dioceses, just like Roman prefects would over their regions. Clergy ruled the church in an elaborate hierarchy of power that moved from the top down. Those who were on top were the great ones, and those under them were to serve their superiors. The church, therefore, came to mirror society, and in doing so lost its countercultural mission to reinterpret greatness. The Baptist vision was born in opposition to that pattern by attempting to restore the New Testament model and return to the way of Jesus. In our polity, leaders lead by serving. Our greatness is found in our willingness to drink the cup of suffering that Jesus drank and to be baptized with the same baptism as his, which symbolizes our death to the ways of the world. But we have become power hungry. Baptists were a small minority in early America, and we therefore fought for religious liberty for everyone. But once we became dominant in the South, we changed. We began to seek political power and cultural privilege, and this reached a head in the 1970s when we joined the Gentiles, so to speak, and wanted government to defer to us. We've been perfecting this ever since. Today, we see Baptists claiming the political power to tell others how they're supposed to live through coercion, laws, and the like, instead of living ourselves in such a way that compels them to join us as a challenge to the prevailing ways of the world. Jesus says that greatness is defined by servanthood. This is the great reversal. This is the reversing of the definition of the world's notion of greatness. Instead of being over others, we should seek to be beside others. And that means that some of us need to use the power we have for the sake of those who lack it. For the most part, that means that men in the church need to advocate for women. Straight people need to advocate for gay and trans people. Married for single. Rich for poor. White for people of color. You get the idea. This is not, however, about just giving up power altogether. Because as Mary Potter Engel has said, powerlessness, as much as power, corrupts. It's about, therefore, all of us claiming our rightful power and using it differently. See, the other side is that those who haven't had the opportunity to lead before but now do need to step up and learn how to lead and take their place among us, just as much as those who have been need to make room alongside themselves to do so. It's not about everyone stepping down so that no one takes the lead, no one acts. It's everyone stepping up to claim their equal dignity before God and to serve one another. Let's bring it home. We have many people in our church who are capable of teaching, but we have few willing to commit the time and study necessary actually to do it. All our classes have people sitting in them week by week who are capable but say no to teaching. The same is true for committee service, deacon service, mission service. We struggle to find people on Wednesday nights who will serve with our children, to teach children how to serve. Think about that. This undermines the nature of the church itself as we understand it and imperils our ministry. This is a problem with a largely professional class church. We pay our staff, we think, to do ministry for us. After all, most of us pay someone else to mow our grass. We pay for childcare. We pay for whatever we need. But people, there's a point at which this breaks us in terms of what it means to be the church. It changes the whole nature of what we profess about the congregation. And we fall prey to the world's definition of greatness that says, when you are really great, you have earned the right not to serve. During the American Revolution, a man in civilian clothes rode past a group of soldiers who were repairing a small defensive barrier. Their leader was shouting instructions, but making no attempt to help them. Asked by the rider why the man himself was not helping, the man retorted with great dignity, "Sir, I am a corporal." The stranger apologized, dismounted, and proceeded to help the exhausted soldiers. And the job done, he then turned to the corporal and said, "Corporal, next time you have a job like this and not enough men to do it, go to your commander-in-chief, and I will come and help you again." With that, George Washington got back on his horse and rode out. Someone has said the Christian life is like the game of tennis. If you don't serve well, you're not going to do well. When we serve well, we are loving well. And when we are loving well, we are making each other better. Great churches, you see, are not great because they have great leaders who do things for the people or get the people to serve them. But rather, great churches are great people who are doing things together with one another for God and for good.